I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. This is Brown Sugar Commentary, and I'm your girl, Kayla. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more videos about Black entertainment, Black womanhood, and whatever else I feel about this week. All right, let's get right into it. So we got so much to discuss, people. We have many, many things to discuss. Things just keep happening and happening. And I was going to do a weekly pop culture wrap up last week because so many things happened last week. And then, of course, time got away from me, and now this week is going on, and there's more things happening. So this week's pop culture wrap up is going to be a little bit of a fallout from last week as well as this week. We're going to try to keep it cute and concise over here, okay? We'll try. I can't promise it, but, you know, we'll try. So these are all the pop culture happenings that's happened in the past week or two. First things first. I got an announcement, okay? I got an announcement. Because it's the way I am Sky Daddy's favorite. It's the way that I have won, y'all, okay? Not only was I able to secure tickets for the Renaissance, okay? For the Renaissance, Beyonce, I'm going to see for the second time in my entire life, I'm going to see the Queen. And I cannot believe it. I was on the wait list, okay? I was on the wait list fighting for my life, okay? On the Ticketmaster. But when they hit me with that text message saying, hey, you off the wait list, come get these tickets, babes, I was up in there. Now I'm upset because I got the tickets after they announced the third Atlanta date, which means that I could have probably got a better seat on the Monday, but it is what it is. I'm just in there, and that's all that matters, okay? I'm be in there having the time of my life, okay? But not only did I find, so I'm already going to see Ari Lennox this Sunday. I'm going to see SZA at the beginning of March, and Snows Carter in August. And then my mother just bought us tickets to see Usher, okay? I've been wanting to see Usher my entire freaking life, and I definitely been wanting to see Usher since he's had his Vegas residency. But it's always like in the summer or like it just never, the timing was never right. But he just recently released some dates and the pre-show was today. So we secured our tickets for October and I could not be happier. Like, it will be such a great year for me in music. I'm so freaking excited, okay? And on the note of Usher Raymond IV, I've said this once, I'll say this twice, I will say this 3 freaking times. And infinity, honestly, the amount of times. But y'all need to put some respect on that man's name and his legacy. And every freaking 2 to 5 business days, y'all find new ways to disrespect him. And I don't like that. I don't like it. Because after the Super Bowl, what was that at this point, 2 weeks ago? Everyone was talking about who should do the next halftime performance, and Usher's name was put in the ring because, surprise, he's never done a Super Bowl performance before. And some girl decided to tweet, oh, Usher does not have enough pop hits to do a halftime performance. And me and my homegirls was like, girl, what are you talking about? Usher Raymond IV? Usher, diamond selling Usher? Like, do you understand what an incredible feat having an album go diamond is? Like, platinum obviously is great and all, but for an album to go, do you know how much people would have to buy that album? White people would have to buy that album. Because I feel like that's what the person's trying to say, because he's, you know, has a mostly R&B catalog, that it's not enough. Like, he doesn't have crossover or mainstream appeal. And I'm like, girl, Confessions was a big freaking deal, like a big deal. Also, I went to a white ass high school and they played Yeah all the goddamn every single dance we had. Yeah was in that rotation, okay, as well as OMG, because it was around that time period that song came out. So it's just like, yeah, no, white people know who Usher is. Get serious. Like, and especially for a 13-minute performance, you don't think Usher has enough mainstream hits for a 13-minute performance, and this man has a career spanning over 30 years? Are you dumb or are you stupid? Like, I'm so sorry, but come on now. And then I remember I aired my grievances about this on TikTok, and someone tried to comment on some who want to hear Confessions at a Super Bowl performance, and I was like, me? I'm like, what are you trying to say? Because it's a slow tempo song. So what? People have sung slow tempo songs at Super Bowls all the time. Like, The Weeknd, most of his catalog is slow tempo songs, as well as Prince performed Purple Rain, a very slow song. So what is your point? Especially Confessions being one of his biggest songs, why would he not perform that at a Super Bowl? get serious. But yeah, put some respect on Usher's name, please, quickly. And like, y'all did this during Versus, and now you're doing it. Like, it's just like and I thought that the tiny desk was enough for y'all to understand how much of a legend Usher is, but I'm afraid I don't know what it's gonna take for y'all. Like I said, I think he need to go ahead and put out an album, blue R&B album, maybe get some collabs, maybe him and Luda and Lil Jon could do it again one more time for the one time, maybe collaborate with some of the new girlies, maybe have a club hit in there, you know, a pop hit, 1 or 2 in there for the radio, and like really shut the girls up that know that he can still make good music, and he's always made good music. Like, maybe that's what's gonna take for y'all. But I've been awake, okay? Usher was my first childhood crush, okay? I was a tender age of 3, and I said, that's my man, my man, my man, my man, okay? Like, I've been in love with him ever since. And I said, I'm gonna act a freaking fool at this show. Y'all have no idea. But yeah, put some respect on Usher's name, please, okay? Going right along on the Super Bowl and all that, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky and their beautiful baby boy recently graced the cover of, I want to say, British Vogue. And instead of this being a moment for us to marvel at Rihanna's beauty and that cute baby and all that good stuff, instead the misogynists were at it again. Because every time we try to leave, misogyny holding us back. Why did these men look at this cover and psychoanalyze it and is all like, oh, A$AP Rocky is being emasculated in the photo because he's the one, she's leading him and he's holding the baby and he's not looking at the camera. And like I said, like literally have a diagram dissecting this cover to try to make it like A$AP Rocky some goddamn victim and he's being emasculated. Whatever the frick that means, okay? Like, and it's crazy the leaps and bounds the misogynist will go to just be nasty. Because I'm just like, what exactly is feminine or emasculating about a man supporting his partner and taking care of his child quickly? Tell me what's emasculating about that. What about that is emasculating? I need you to give me the answer quickly. Because I don't see the problem. Why would A$AP Rocky be front and center and it's not his cover? He just there. Like, he ain't been, what has A$AP Rocky been doing except impregnating Rihanna? Seriously, because the last hit I know of, correct me if I'm wrong, is the song with Cardi B, the F with me and get some money song, whatever that song was. And how long ago was that? Like, A$AP Rocky can skate off the fact that he Rihanna baby daddy for the rest of his life. He don't gotta make another song. He don't gotta make another song. He really don't. And he got 2 babies now. He's in there. He don't gotta make another goddamn song. And that is okay. Love that for him, I guess. Not really, because he a colorist. But that's another story for another day. But I'm just saying, like, Rihanna is the billionaire. Rihanna has been relevant way longer than he has and is obviously the bigger star. This is clearly her cover. Why are we putting him front and center? That makes no goddamn sense. And even so, like I said, y'all are sitting there calling that emasculating when there's nothing in, like as I said, that's, you know, gender is BS. Like, other than like the biological factors, it's a social construct and it's foolishness because y'all are under the shackles of your own fragile male ego, your own masculinity. Like, it's just a shackle for y'all. Like, you're in a prison all the time trying to fit this thing that we all just made up. Like, I'm so sorry. It's BS. Okay? And it's just like, girl, sir, let the Kevin be cute and shut up. Like, why y'all always gotta make it a thing, honey? It's so dumb. Like, this is why y'all men be it's just crazy to me. Because I said, what? I just want to know. I really just want to know what is so emasculating. I really want to know. Like, no one looks at A$AP Rocky and thinks, oh, that's a feminine man. Like, no. In any case, like I said, a lot of people think A$AP Rocky is winning. In my opinion, he's winning. That's what I think. You were a billionaire. You was one of the most gorgeous, talented, accomplished women in the entire world. And you got 2 babies up out of her. I'm not seeing losing here. I'm not. But whatever. That's just said, men will focus on the wrong thing. Everything is about what it looks like and how other people will perceive it. And like I said, A$AP Rocky not complaining, so why are you? Why are you? Like, anyway, let's get on to the next topic of discussion. So let's talk about what is probably the biggest story for the past week or so, and that is this Chloe and Chris Brown collab. Okay, this has literally been the talk of town for the past week since they have teased of the song. It was around this time last week, and I think the song is supposed to come out tomorrow, which is the 24th. And so yeah, it's been a time on the internet, to say the least. And while obviously some of the discourse has died down, I still want to give my 2 cents because that's what we're here for, right? So yeah, Chloe put out the graphic of her and Chris Brown very close together. Put the title of the song. I don't remember the name of the song. I'll just put it on the screen. And yeah, the people were not here for it at all. And this could be for one or two reasons. It's one, because there are certain people who just don't like anything Chloe do music wise and are just committed to just throwing tomatoes at her whenever she does anything. But then obviously, much like when this happened a couple of months ago when Normani was featured on Chris Brown's video, a lot of people are just not here for the new girls collaborating with Chris Brown because he is a very polarizing figure and he has a very problematic past and present, to be honest. And so yeah, and so what I'm gonna say now is, look, here's the thing. Before I even go even further on what I think about this, if you love Chris Brown, if you think he is the greatest thing since sliced bread, if you think that he has done nothing wrong his entire career, or that the Rihanna incident was where his transgressions start and stopped, then I'm gonna let you know that what I'm gonna say is not gonna really, you're not gonna like what I have to say. I'm not gonna lie to you, because you're just not. And you are in your rights to separate the art from the artist if you do know that he's done some of these bad things, or you don't care about the stuff that he's done. That's cool. That's the time of the Brown, because that's your business. That's your business. And whatever. You think he's great. You think he's better than Michael Jackson. You think he's better than Usher. You think he's better than Beyonce. That is your business. Okay? But you cannot get mad at people for drawing a line in the sand, for saying that I'm not, you, at the end of the day, we as consumers have choices. We have choices of who we want to support and who we don't want to support. And as much as y'all say to separate the art from the artist, a lot of people's art are a reflection or an extension of them. So even if you don't like them as a person, you consuming their art is you supporting them and whatever they do on stage and off stage. Like I said, for some people and some artists, we didn't know better. For some artists, you know, a lot of their transgressions, their whatever, a lot of their dirt, whatever you want to call it, came out when we were either too young to understand it, or we just really didn't get the full picture, okay? And that's fine. But once you become a certain age, you have to make informed decisions on where you want to put your money at. Now, if you want to put your money in Chris Brown's pockets because you think, like I said, he's innocent, he's never done anything wrong, or you have forgiven him for the Rihanna incident and you don't think he's anything past that, and people just love to throw stones at him, that is your business and you have a good time consuming that. As for me and my household, as I said before, I'm just not into that. I'm not about to put money towards a person who has not shown any signs of changing or evolving, who has demonstrated a lot of violent behavior beyond the Rihanna incident to women, as well as men as well, because him and Frank Ocean did have a little bit of a situation going on a couple of years ago. A person who has a no dark skins allowed policy that is still alive and well today, okay? A person that just does not seem to take accountability for his actions. And I can't support that. I'm so sorry. Love Run It as much as the next guy, but no, I'm not here for it. Okay? And so people who support Chloe are not fans of Chris Brown for their own reasons, right? And they feel like this collaboration is not good for her brand. It's not good for her already, you know, rocky solo career. Let's be honest. Like I said, since the beginning, people have found issue with whatever Chloe does music-wise. And this collaboration essentially just doesn't make sense. Like I said, considering most of the fan base is not fans of Chris Brown's, considering that, you know, considering that the sound that she's going for doesn't seem like something that would make sense for Chris Brown to collaborate on. And the optics of it all is not good. Like, even let's say, like I said, you believe he's innocent or whatever, you can agree that he is quite problematic. That, like I said, people are a polarizing figure and people are going to have stuff to say because, like I said, as you saw with the Normani thing, like, people did not receive that well and she didn't sing a stinking note in that man's song. So for you to make a full-fledged song with the man, you had to know that was going to get some pushback. And so that's that. It just doesn't, the optics of it all just doesn't make sense, and the risk is just not worth the reward because, let's be honest, is this song going to do numbers? I doubt it. I doubt it. And that's just to say that, like, it's not like I can see if Chris Brown was this dude that was just coming on girly songs and they was going straight up to #1. They was getting nominated for all types of awards and things like that. But the last time a collaboration with Chris Brown ever did that was No Air, and that was a good minute ago. Like a cute minute ago. Okay? So I don't, just like I said, considering that there are so much other male artists that might be more closely aligned to what type of music Chloe wants to make, even though, like I said, it's kind of up in the air because all the singles are pretty different. Now, I know that she said that she's not going to use, I don't think the songs that she did, like Have Mercy or Treat Me or the song she did with Lotto, I don't think those songs will be on the album. But even listening to Play It Away, this does not seem that the type of vibe that it just doesn't make any sense. And so there's too much good male R&B contemporaries that she could have collaborated with and would have not gotten nearly as much pushback. You have Giveon, you have Xavier Omar, you have PJ Morton, who is in a Grammy Award winning song, collaboration with JoJo he did a couple of years ago. You have Usher, because despite him not being her peer, they are using his sample, or a sample he used in another song previously. I think the song's called Throwback with Jadakiss. It's on the Confessions album. So yeah, you could have used him, and like I said, it worked out for Summer Walker with Come Through. So that would have been a cute little moment. Or like I said, you still have other people, like you have others like Masego, you have Black, you have Blast, okay? You have Josh Levi, you have Sir. There's just too many good male R&B artists that don't have problematic issues that we know of, that have problematic past or problematic presence, that you just could have just did this and none of this would have happened. Like, literally none of this. And the thing that's interesting is the fact that Chris Brown decided to speak, which that's his problem. You need to learn to stop talking. Like, stop talking, because you always make it worse. You always make it worse. He decides to go on and say, like I said, he was a young black man and everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Word to Hannah Montana, okay? And he was 17. Y'all need to let it go. White people can do stuff like this all the time and get away with it. You guys always glorify Blueface and Kershaw, so I don't understand why people are so upset with him and blah, 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 blah. And one, Chris Brown, you were not 17, babes. You were 19. You were turning 20 actually that year. Yes, still pretty young, but also what you did was a very bad thing. And yes, people make mistakes. And yes, people change and evolve. But did you truly do that? Did you not go on to continue to have violent and aggressive behavior? You did. And at the end of the day, even if that was the only thing that you did, it was a really bad thing, love. It was. It was. It's not like you had some problematic tweets or you said something problematic in a video or something just silly and innocent, like stupid stuff that like young people do. Stupid stuff that young people do does not include you beating somebody to a pulp. Like, that's just, I'm sorry. Like, it's just not. And the thing about it is, people are well within their right to say that they don't support you because they believe that that's your brand and that's what you stand for, unfortunately. But you sitting there trying to equate yourself and what you're going through to what white people getting away with, to being domestically violent, or Blueface and Krishad, it just shows that you're not sorry for what you did. You're just sorry that you're the one that's facing consequences for it. And really, you're not facing any consequences for it at all. Like, you're just not. You're fine. You will be fine. That sounds like you really could have said nothing. People would have been fine. I said, it's funny that you decide that you could come and defend yourself and defend Chloe and all that. But when it was Normani, you were radio silent. And it's just very telling, once again, on the type of person that you are. Like, I don't care. And like I said, you're talking about white people. This is the white man's world. White people do stuff and get away with stuff all the time. And I don't understand why every time y'all love to do that, where y'all like to be like, well, a white person got away with it. Okay, they could go to jail too. Like, and they can get their consequences too. But unfortunately, we live in a white man's world, and white people are never going to be accountable for their actions, even when we think they are. That's just what it is. But you're just saying, like I said, it's not the fact that you're getting in trouble for it. It's just like, you think, oh, well, this white person got away with this thing, so why can't I? And nobody's glorifying Krishan and Blueface. As I said before, no one should keep platforming them and keep interviewing them because they know exactly what they're doing, and they're just kind of they just do it for like engagement and to get people to watch whatever thing they're trying to like make them watch. But like, no one's putting Krishan and Blueface on their mood boards. Like, they're just not. They are toxic, and we acknowledge that. They need to break up, and we say it like literally every other day. Like, where have you been? But I don't understand what Chris Brown's frustration is at the end of the day, and as well as the fans of him who have been really trying to plead his case for the past week. It's just like, one, people been mad at this man. Like, why you act like this is new news? Like, a couple of months ago at the Billboard Awards or whatever music awards it was, and he won that award, and people booed, and that Kelly Rowland was there trying to cape for him, which I have no idea why. You know, you clearly see people had an issue then. People had an issue, like I said, with the Normani thing. People had an issue when Lizzo took a picture with him. People had an issue when, even the other day, the Grammy incident, like the Grammy thing, when he was talking, people were dragging him dead. So it's just like, people have had an issue with this man for a cute minute. I don't know why this was the time everybody decided to notice that we don't like people don't like the man. And like I said, just as you have a right to, you want to listen to him and enjoy his music, there are people who are saying no. And I don't know what it is about people who love to support people who have problematic past, or people who have been quote unquote canceled, because like I said, we all know cancel culture doesn't exist. But, you know, it's like this constant need to like this aha thing. Like, they were trying to show like the song that he had that was really popular on TikTok and showing the numbers on that, and even trying to compare it to like Beyonce's monthly listeners. It's like, aha, so somebody's lying. I said, have it ever occurred to you that the same people who are saying they don't like this man or don't listen to his music are not listening to his music? The amount of times I've heard that, whatever song it was, and the way I've never heard that song unless I was in a public setting, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And it's just like, y'all are acting, and y'all do this all the time, but you act as if Chris Brown is, like I said, canceled, and he is so being like underutilized, or be his worth is being, I don't know, like, y'all act like he's this underdog kind of thing. But it's like, you, like I said, he got in trouble for the Rihanna thing, and he got blackballed for, let's say, almost probably a year. He comes back out. He goes on to make several albums. He would end up winning a Grammy. Okay, he got nominated a couple of times since then. He has been collaborating with other people, other celebrities. Like, celebrities have no problem going to bat for him, but he gets under fire for things. He, like I said, he could go tour all over the world and people will still show up. Okay, right now I think he's touring in Europe. Okay, and last year he had them $1,000 meet and greets where people were paying those $1,000 by the boatload, okay, to take pictures with him. So he's not a victim. He is fine. He's not underutilized. He's not undervalued. He is just fine. He did a bad thing, and he had a slew of other bad things that he's done. Like I said, you can look up what those things are. Like I said, if you choose not to believe them, that's your right, that's your business. I really do not care. People to let domestic violence go, and it's crazy. Like, I've seen that several times, and it's really bonkers. Like I said, just because you decide to forgive him, even if Rihanna decides to forgive him, that's her business and that's your business. But like I said, other people don't have to do that. They don't. If their bottom line is, I don't like people who put their hands on women, then that's their business. But it's just like the same thing for me to say, like, I still listen to Daniel Caesar, for instance, right? Like, and like I said, people have their feelings about Daniel Caesar. And I'm not about to sit here, and I understand that he did a very coonish thing, and he was wrong. and he sat there and called people to cancel for him when he was still pretty up and coming, and just the main people who messed with him were black people. But I'm about to sit here and try to go on my soapbox and try to tell y'all to listen to that man. That's your business. If you say that what he did a couple of years ago was enough to be like, I'm never gonna listen to the song of him again, that's you. But I'm not about to sit here every 5 minutes and be like, Friday was such a great album. Y'all really should listen to it. I don't understand why I did that. Nope. I'm going to listen to Daniel Caesar and go about my life. But you see what I'm saying? You could go about your business and listen to Chris Brown and understand that people are not going to like him. And every time he does something, people are going to say something. Like I said, cancel culture is BS. And I don't understand why y'all love to cry cancel culture, because y'all are not, there's no person that's been canceled. Like I said, the only person that's ever been truly canceled is Chrisette Michele. That's it. That's the only person I've ever seen that they got people who are not messing with her and she was out of here. Ain't seen a thing from her since. Like, because even like I said, Daniel Caesar was canceled, but he was on a song he was on a song with Justin Bieber that got nominated for a Grammy. So that's not a canceled person. Let's stop doing that. I was like, accountability culture, call out culture is what y'all want to call it. So call it that. But most of these time, we call people out and no one cares, because no one stands for anything, to be honest, right? As long as the art is good enough, people will excuse anything. Let's see, i.e. R. Kelly. Like, come on. So yeah, like, Chloe, this was not worth it. I'm so sorry, babes. And I want you to succeed so badly. I really hope that comes across as anything. Like I said, like, this was not, if you wanted a hit, I don't think this was the way to go about it. And now you done pissed off all these people, and it's bad for you. My sister done burned too many bridges. There's nothing I can do for her now. I mean, like I said, the album will come out. I'll still listen to it, Like I said, I hope it's phenomenal. I hope it's great. But this was not your way to get whatever hit you were searching for. Like I said, there are too many of your peers. There are too many, contemporary R&B artists that don't have, that when you would not get this backlash with, that you could have made a song with, and we would have just went on to see another day. Like I said, Chris Brown will be fine. He'll be fine. Like I said, them stands is alive and well, and they going strong for that man, so he will be fine. But this whole act of him being so innocent and being, like I said, acting as if, being obtuse and acting that the reason that people don't like this man is just because of the Rihanna thing is crazy boots. And like I said, if you want to know the other things that the man has done, you could go and Google it. It's really not, it's just a Google search away. I don't have to go through and tell y'all what's the problem. Listen to him stream him, go to his concerts, pay the $1,000 and go take pictures with him at a meet and greet. That is your right. That is your business. But you also cannot get mad at people for saying that is not something that they want to be aligned with nor support. That's just that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the world we live in. And I just wish people would respect that instead of just trying to be nasty and try to make excuses for foolishness. That's all. But yeah, that's all my thoughts on all the happenings of the past week and a half. Y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. And keep it cute in them comments, all right? But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Peace out.